have a special edition tonight for the California wildfires. At one point there were 15 fires burning at one time, and it's getting too hard for the firefighters to handle. Federal aid has been called in by President Bush, and we have team coverage tonight with 3 reporters from across the country with all your news in one place to bring you exactly what's happening with all aspects of this story. Many fires have been burning all around California. Many 500,000 people have been evacuated from their homes. Many homes have been burned down. 1,500 structures are currently burning. We have all the information ahead. 24 Evening News with Marcus Harun starts now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Marcus Harun. Welcome to the 24 Evening News. The California wildfires has been a huge national story lately, and we have the top story right now. President Bush mobilized federal emergency assistance Tuesday on behalf of Southern California officials struggled with devastating fires and scheduled a visit from the stricken region for Thursday. Bush is canceling all previously scheduled events in St. Louis to make the trip, but Vice President Dick Cheney will stand in for him to deliver remarks on the budget and a headline at the fundraiser for the National Republican Party.
All of us across this nation are concerned for the families who have lost their homes and the many families who have been evacuated from their homes. We send our prayers and thoughts with those who've been affected, and we send the help of the federal government as well. Last night I declared an emergency, which opened up the opportunity for us to send federal assets to help the governor and those who are fighting these fires.
The San Diego Fire Rescue Department has begun allowing people back into 2 areas previously evacuated due to the witch fire, according to spokesman Monica Monowitz. Residents will be allowed back into the following areas: south of Via de la Valley, west of Interstate 5, north of Torrey Plain State Beach, south of Blear Canyon Road, west of Sycamore Canyon Road, east of Interstate 5, and north of Marine Corps Air Station, Myanmar. But that is definitely not saying that the worst is over yet. There's still many fires burning tonight, and the firefighters are working very hard, many hours straight, to make sure that all is safe. And they're trying to do this all as soon as possible. With information on that aspect, we're joined now in our newsroom across the U.S. by Nick McKenzie, starting off our team coverage. Nick?
Marcus, in continuing our team coverage of the California forest fires, the issue of where to evacuate all these people, which now totals over 500,000, now rests on Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger's shoulders. In a news conference Tuesday, he promised the citizens aid top firefighters working around the clock to fight these flames. Many of the people evacuated were moved into the Calcom Stadium and are appreciative of the governor's efforts and oversight of the situation. Disaster relief has food and water at the stadium, along with medical help and other supplies. And evacuees are in good spirits nonetheless. And they are happy to be alive, even though they might not have anywhere to go to after the fires. Nick McKenzie, 24 News, Raleigh, North Carolina. Back to you, Marcus.
Thank you, Nick. While the military is lending assistance to battle wildfires in Southern California, it's still keeping an eye on the horizon in the case that it has to evacuate bases there. According to the Pentagon, about 800 Camp Pendleton Marines, some of them recently back from Iraq, have been volunteered to fight in the massive fires. About 1,500 California National Guardsmen already are fighting the fires. Aircrafts from the Navy, Marine Corps, and Air National Guard and Air Force Reserves are dropping water and flame retardants on the flames and providing logistical support. 6 C-130 modular airborne firefighting systems from Air National Guard and Air Force Reserve units in North Carolina, Colorado, and Wyoming were on their way to California on Tuesday. We continue our team coverage with another report on these devastating fires. Nino?
Thanks, Marcus. Firefighters expected no break from the winds fueling fires until at least midday Thursday. At least 17 wildfires scorched about 425 square miles from north of Los Angeles to southeast of San Diego since this weekend. 3 of those fires were added to the list Tuesday. 5 of San Diego's 23 emergency shelters reached capacity Monday evening. Quote, "We're using a limited amount of resources to go and get these fires. We've got about 600 people on the ranch fighting the fire, and we normally would have about 1,500, a spokesperson said." That is the latest for now on this still developing story about this wildfire. You'll want to stay with 24newsnow.com and 24 News Now. We have our live channel streaming live on our website. We will continue to bring you continuing reports of this story as more details become available. For now, reporting from the 24 Newsroom in Wolcott, Connecticut, I'm Nino Napolitano, 24 News. Marcus?
Thank you, Nino. Well, here are the headlines. It's about 271,000 acres, about 421 square miles burned. Evacuations, more than 300,000 residents have left their homes. Damage is about at 696 homes, 102 commercial buildings, 80 outbuildings destroyed. Casualties, there is 1 civilian killed, 21 civilians, and 13 firefighters injured. Stay with 24 News for continuing coverage of this California wildfires on our website. We'll have daily updates from now until it's all resolved on our website, 24newsnow.com. Well, touching on 2 other national stories tonight, 2 co-defendants pleaded guilty to reduced charges Tuesday in the O.J. Simpson armed robbery case, agreeing to testify against Simpson and 3 others in the alleged hotel room collectibles from 2 memorabilia dealers. "Guilty, sir," said Walter Alexander, who pleaded guilty to felony conspiracy to commit robbery. Charles Cashmore pleaded guilty to felony accessory to robbery during a separate arraignment minutes later before Clark County District Court hearing Master Kevin Williams. And in other news, David Copperfield has canceled all upcoming shows in Southeast Asia following an FBI search of his Las Vegas warehouse and casino theater where he regularly performs. His management sent an email to organizers Sunday to inform that his shows will be postponed indefinitely. The company organized the 51-year-old magician shows in Thailand. Copperfield was also scheduled to perform in Indonesia, Malaysia, and Singapore in the coming weeks. The cancellations came after FBI agents conducted searches in Las Vegas last week following allegations that Copperfield forced himself on an unidentified woman. Well, in your weather forecast to finish up tonight, we'll have showers later tonight and into Wednesday. In fact, much of this week will be either showery or threatening. I can think of a few areas that need this rain more than us, but we will be welcome over the next few days coming over the state. For Thursday, tomorrow, it does look like showery periods, highs in the 50s. Friday, showery highs in the 60s. Saturday, more showers, highs in the 60s. And Sunday does look like it will be partly cloudy, highs in the 50s. That's your news and weather for tonight. Join us next Wednesday at 7 p.m. here on 24 News with Marcus Harun for more information on these fires and more updates on 24newsnow.com. Have a great week, everyone. I'm Marcus Harun. Since early September, 24 News has been covering Miss Rabinowitz's journey to superintendent. We first brought you coverage when she was voted in on September 11th.
I want to say that I look very forward to working with every stakeholder here.
Then in the first week, we brought you info on the bomb threat. Where just 13 days ago, they had their first evacuation because of a bomb scare. Finally, to wrap up her first week, 24 News had the exclusive interview with her and her impressions of her first week.
I think it was even better than I had expected.
If you missed it, check 24 News Now on 24newsnow.com for all your special reports.
For better coverage of the news, trust 24 News Now. All your news in one place.